Good afternoon, everyone. I want to welcome you back to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Guys, please remember to like my page and subscribe to my page. Like the videos I post and please subscribe to the page. Today, we're going to be exploring things from the Mediterranean. I know it's called Kathy's Creole Kitchen, but I like to explore different venues and avenues and whatever you want to call it. Today, we're going to be doing two things. First of all, we're going to make limoncello. We're going to start it because the process is long and arduous. Well, not too arduous. It just takes having patience and setting it to the side. And then we're going to do shrimp bruschetta. So today I'm going to take, as you can see, the lemons have been, I've taken just the peel off. You don't want the white pits, so I got the micro grater out because all you want is the very top skin off the lemons. You don't want any of the white pith on it, so if you get down to the white part, you've gone too far. So I did 7 lemons. This is the peelings from 7 lemons, and this is a bottle of 190 proof Everclear. You can use the 151 proof Everclear, or you can use the 190 proof. I use the 190 proof because that's what I found at the liquor store. So all you do is, to start this process, is you take the lemon peels and you put it in a very clean jar. This jar has been clean, washed and dried. So you don't want any water residue in it or anything. You just want the lemon peels, the lemon zest. You know, I'm a country girl, so I say peels, but it's the lemon zest because it doesn't have the white pith in it. And if you get the white pith in it, it makes the liquor bitter. So you would have to start over if you get the white pith. So you get the lemon zest and you get a bottle of Everclear. It is 750 milliliters. So you just pour that in there on the lemon. Just pour it all in there. Then you seal it up. Shake it up a little. And set it to the side. And that's it. That is the beginning of the limoncello. And in 3 weeks, we're going to go to the next process of making it. But for now, this is all you do. You zest the lemons. You put the zest in the jar. You put the Everclear in the jar, or you can use Everclear or Stoli, but you want a pure grain kind of, you can use Stoli vodka, but you want a white, pure kind of alcohol to infuse the lemon zest in. So that's all you do. You just do the lemon zest, you pour it in the container, a glass container, you shake it up, and then you set it to the side. And probably, I would shake it up like once every 2 or 3 days, or you can shake it up once every day. But after a week, you can open it up and taste it and see if how the infusion process is going. And let me tell you, if there's any mold or anything that starts growing on this, like a little fuzzy thing, you have to throw it away because that means it's been contaminated. But you know, you just whisk this around, put it in there, and then put it into the side. I'm gonna put it in my pantry because that place gets no light. You don't want the light to be interfering with the process. So that's the first part of the video. That's how the start of limoncello. And you know, limoncello is really good for lemon drops and things like that. So when I come back, we're going to start the process for the bruschetta. Okay, so now it's time for the bruschetta. And I just got a French baguette from the local grocer because I'm certainly not going to make it myself. That's a lot of work. And this will do just fine. And the first thing you want to do is you want to cut these up into bite-sized pieces for the bruschetta. So I'm going to dry this off because I've been cutting the tomatoes. So we're going to cut the butt end off, and you need a serrated knife because baguettes are kind of hard, but that's okay because you're going to crisp them up. So this is about the size that you're going to want them. About like this. These are the sizes, the thickness. So I'm gonna get these cut and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I have cut the bruschetta bread into little pieces. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to brush them with a little olive oil on both sides. And then I'm gonna toast them in a 350-degree oven. You just brush them with extra virgin olive oil because you want that wonderful olive oil flavor. So we're gonna do all that, and then we're going to make the wonderful little topping that goes onto them. So let me get this done, and then we'll make the shrimp bruschetta topping. My version of it. It's not an authentic version. It's just my twist on it, how I want it to taste. So I'll get right back with you. Okay, so now this is twofold what I'm getting ready to do. I have a ½ pound of shrimp here. So I'm going to take this ½ pound of shrimp, and I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to saute this shrimp in a skillet with 2 tablespoons of butter and probably a teaspoon of chopped garlic, very finely chopped. So I'm gonna do that right here. Let's turn the heat on and let's throw in the butter and let it melt. Let that butter melt down. Then we're gonna put the ½ pound of shrimp and a teaspoon of minced garlic into the saucepan, and we're gonna saute it real well. And we're gonna put salt and pepper on it. And the salt and pepper is just generally to your taste. I would say maybe a ½ teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. It's all up to you. I'm gonna put like a pinch of cayenne pepper in it also, so that that'll give it that little zing that I like. So I'm gonna get that done and then I'll get back. As you can see, I'm sauteing the shrimp in the butter and garlic, but I've cut the shrimp into little pieces because you want to mix it all into the great tomato, basil, garlic thing. So I've got these cooking, and you don't have to cook them very long, you know, until they're nice and pink and cooked through. So we're going to get these finished cooking them, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so the shrimp is cooked. This is how it looks, little pieces for the bruschetta. And off the heat for a minute. And now I'm gonna mix the tomato. So this is Roma tomatoes because they're not real juicy and they won't make your bruschetta wet, your bread wet. So I'm gonna put that in there. Let me get the little, and we're going to put the basil. This is fresh basil out of my garden. You always want fresh basil when you're making something like this. You want fresh tomatoes and fresh basil. So there's that, and then you want the garlic. And the difference with me with the bruschetta, I'm gonna let it sit a little right now with the garlic and marinate, but then I'm gonna hit it with a little heat because I like it better warm, with the warm shrimp and the warm tomatoes and basil. I know people like it cold. You can do it cold. You can let your shrimp cool and you can mix it all together and put it on the bread cold, but I like mine a little warm. So we're gonna let that sit and marinate, and then we're gonna put these in the oven. I have the oven preheated 350 degrees, and we're just gonna let it brown a little bit. You don't want it too hard to be too toasty and too brown. So let's pop that in the oven. We're gonna let it cook a few minutes, and then we'll take it out and put it all together. Okay, so I've got the bruschetta out of the oven. This is probably the preferred look you want. You don't want it too dark and crusty looking. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of this olive oil in here. I'm going to put it in this saucepan, just a little bit of it, drizzle it in there. Turn up the heat so I can get the pan hot. And then I'm going to put a little pepper, black pepper in this. And I am going to do a little dash of salt. I have the pink Himalayan salt because that's the salt that I prefer. And I do sea salt also. So we're just gonna jazz this up a little. We're gonna mix this up. Make sure this is warm. We're gonna throw it in here. Just like that. We are going to toss it around for about a minute. That's it. You just want to hit it with a little fork. All these flavors and smells are just divine. So we're just going to do that with it. When you taste it, it's warmed up. You don't want to cook it. You just kind of want to warm it up. That's it. And that's why I tasted to see how warm it is. Only about a minute. It's just so fresh and delicious. And like I said, you can serve this cold if you want. So we've got it warmed up. So we're going to put it back in here because that's where it came out of. We're going to get some of the bread. This is a great appetizer for a drink with girls. If you invite them over with your girlfriends, you invite them over and you have drinks. This is my limoncello. This is traditionally how limoncello is served. I know they have lemon drops and you can add club soda to it, but traditionally limoncello is served frozen or on ice. And so that's the way I've poured it, on ice. So you get the bruschetta, you put it on the bread, you put the tomato mixture on the bread, like each little bread, and you put some of the shrimp on it. You know, just want a couple of pieces on it, it's good because it's a mixture. You can mix it all together if you want, but I have some girlfriends coming over later, so I'm gonna let them mix it up. I'll mix it up when they get here. But right now, here you go. This is my take on shrimp bruschetta. So good. It's a little messy, but it's good. I can't tell you how good this is. This is how it'll look. Beautiful. I'm trying to eat it so I can talk to you guys. So good. So make this as an appetizer, a prelude to your wonderful dinner party, or if you're having drinks with the girls, just make this for them. This is an excellent appetizer. You can make some other things to go with it, but this is quick and easy. So join me again next week for Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Please like my recipes, subscribe to my page, and by all means, let me know if you made it and if you tried it and how you liked it. Thank you so much for joining me on Kathy's Creole Kitchen, and I'll see you next week. Don't forget,